respected leader of the House, Sri Tawar Singh Yadhodji, respected leader of the opposition, Sri Ghulam Nabi Azadji, leaders of various parties in the House, and the honorable members of this august House. I, as a chairman, I want to say something to the members and to the country from here. I extend a warm welcome to all of you to this important 249th session of the House, the first session after the recent general elections and constitution of the 17th Lok Sabha. Though Rajyasabha is a continuous House, this is in a way a new beginning for us as well. Almost every one of you have been very actively involved in the recent elections, reaching out to the people and gaining a deeper understanding of hope and aspiration of the people in rapidly changing India. Almost each one of you, except me, after 42 years, I am out of this politics, election, selection, correction, and campaign. I was not there. Our country is set on to another 5-year journey of making its twist with destiny. Such a journey after every general election is always a defining moment in the making of our nation. It is a moment of honest reflection, renewed commitment, and buoyant hope. The vibrant democracy of our country and the mandate given by the people given us the confidence that as a nation we can make a huge leap and make the desired transformation happen peacefully, harmoniously, inclusively, and sustainably. This is what the people of India want today. They want country to progress on different dimensions. They want a transparent, responsive, agile governance. They want the quality of their lives to improve. They want their voices to be heard. That's where the role of all of us parliamentarians comes in, to give voice to those ideas, those emotions, those yearnings for positive change. Hence, I wanted to put some suggestions before the House and before the country. Honorable members, you are all the representatives of the people who have reposed their faith in you. When you enter the portals of this hallowed building, you bring with you millions of hopes and expectations from your respective constituencies or areas. We have, therefore, a collective responsibility to live up to these expectations. We have now yet another opportunity to redeem our pledges to the people and nation by debating issues of public importance, seeking solutions to intractable challenges, and formulating laws that improve governance and the quality of polity as well as transform the lives of the people. Honorable members, since my assumption of the office of the chairman of this august House, I have been expressing time and again my concern about the disruptions of the proceedings of the House and the negative public perception arising out of this dysfunctional state of affairs. Substantial loss of functional time results in very low productivity, pendency of crucial legislations, and the resultant lapse of some of these bills on the dissolution of the Lok Sabha. Every question hour lost means an opportunity of seeking answers from the government on a number of issues of policy implementation and governance by around 40 members. Every 0 hour lost means depriving 15 members from raising issues of immediate public importance. Similarly, if the House does not function, about 10 more members lose their opportunity of raising many issues in the House in other forums. Ultimately, this august House would be that what you want it to be, a performing one or a dysfunctional one. People of the country want it to be a performing one. If you have the other ideas, you owe an explanation to the people, the ultimate masters. There is a growing perception that our democracy is in danger through dysfunctional legislatures around the country and also here. Our nation has just entered the 70th year of Republic. Legislatures and their honorable members should discharge their noble responsibilities. As the House of Elders, we need to lead by example. This is a privilege that the people bestowed on us. The expectations are high. Our responsibilities are onerous. We can ill afford to regret over the last opportunities we had. If we fail our people. We fail our nation. We cannot allow this to happen. We need to reassure each citizen that we can bring about a distinct change, and that change shall begin with each political party and each member of this House. Honorable members, through carefully considered and expeditious disposal of business is the touchstone of our efficiency. In this context, I would like to mention a few issues that seems to be impending speedy passing of bills. And I want you people to ponder over this, not now, but across the country hold consultations. The bills passed by the Lok Sabha and pending in the Rajya Sabha lapse with the dissolution of the House of the People. They have to be reintroduced in Lok Sabha, and the entire process has to be gone through afresh. This means a lot of delay. Can we make any change in this regard? Well, just suggestion. The House of Parliament seems to lose a lot of time in disruptive expression of adversary position. Can we change this approach and improve the quality of debates and make decision making a little quicker than now? Third, quite a few bills are pending in Rajya Sabha for decades without required consideration. Should we continue them or treat them as lapsed? Let me elaborate on each one of them and suggest we collectively only think of feasible solutions to each one of them. Dissolution of Lok Sabha and lapsing of bills in Rajya Sabha. Under the provisions of the Article 107 of the Constitution, bills passed by the Lok Sabha during the course of its 5-year term and pending in Rajya Sabha get lapsed with the dissolution of the House of the People. Accordingly, 22 bills passed by the 16th Lok Sabha and were pending in the upper house got lapsed. In effect, Lok Sabha has to take up these 22 bills again for consideration passing. I am afraid it would take a minimum of 2 sessions for doing so. And this means that the efforts of Lok Sabha passing these 22 bills have been rendered waste. The bills that got lapsed in Rajya Sabha were important from the socio-economic transformation of our country. The lapsed bill includes the land acquisition bill passed by Lok Sabha, factories amendment bill passed by Lok Sabha, motor vehicles amendment bill, consumer protection bill, arbitration conciliation bill, companies amendment bill, banning of unregulated deposit scheme bill, and then Aadhaar and other laws amendment bill, triple talaq bill, trafficking of persons prevention, protection and rehabilitation bill, the citizens amendment bill 2019, and also some more. As all of you would appreciate, it takes considerable time and energy to get a bill passed in either house of the parliament. Given the implication of the functioning of the parliament, the impact of the bills getting lapsed on the much desired transformation of our country, there is a need to rethink the provisions regarding lapsing of the bills on the upper house of the parliament. I suggest a wider debate on the matter of automatic lapsing of the bill in Rajya Sabha. I am only giving a suggestion. Pendence of the bills in Rajya Sabha. At the end of the last and 248th session of the Rajya Sabha, a total of 55 bills were pending consideration in this August House. After lapsing of the 22 bills that were referred to earlier, the pendence of this House now stands at 33 bills. 3 bills are pending for more than 20 years. 6 bills are pending 10 to 20 years. 14 bills are pending between 5 to 10 years. 10 bills are pending in less than 5 years. The oldest pending bill, the Indian Medical Council Amendment Bill 1987, has been pending for more than 32 years. This is certainly not a happy situation. These pending bills include the Constitution 79th Amendment Bill 92, provisions of the Municipalities Extension Scheduled Area Amendment Bill 2001, the Seeds Bill 2004, the Pesticide Management Bill 2011, the Mines Amendment Bill 2011, the Interstate Migrant Workman Amendment Bill 2011, the Indecent Representation of Women Prohibition Amendment Bill 2012, the Building and Other Construction Workers Related Amendment Bill 2013, the Work Properties Eviction of Unauthorized Occupants Bill 2014, etc. and some more. As this title suggests, all these long pending bills relate to important issues that merit timely consideration and passing. Such long pendency does not reflect well on the functioning of the Parliament. In order to streamline the process, I suggest that if a bill is not taken up for consideration and passing in Rajya Sabha within 5 years of introduction of such bills, such pending bills should be treated as deemed to have been lapsed. Let us have a wider debate in this regard before we come to any conclusion. Parliament. How do we make it more effective form of debate and the decision making? How do we seek the meeting ground rather than the zone of divergence? Honourable members, I would like to invite your attention to another important dimension of the functioning of the Parliament. We should examine the reason why there was a wide gap between the number of bills passed in 16th Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, especially when compared to 15th Lok Sabha. I am not for a moment suggesting that one house of the Parliament should blindly follow the other house. Careful consideration by both the houses is absolutely required. Informed debates and reasoned argument is the heart of parliamentary democracy. During the debates in the Constituent Assembly, thereafter in the need for second chamber of Parliament, Rajya Sabha, several luminaries, including Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, stressed that Rajya Sabha should act as a check on the hasty legislation spurred by the possible political considerations in the other house, but not to obstruct the very course of legislation by the Parliament. All the stakeholders need to give a serious thought to this decision-making process and see if a dialogue and debate can follow the path of consensus building and searching for meeting ground or the zone of convergence rather than expanding zone of divergence. The basic responsibility in this regard lies with the government, people who are in the power. Verdict 2019, the message and mission. While every electoral verdict carries its own message to those who are elected, who have now a different context in India. Ours is an aspirational country with youth consisting almost 2/3 of our population. 65% of the Indian population is below 35 years. This is a huge untapped demographic dividend. We have an increasingly active citizenry wishing to be active partners in development and expecting efficient delivery of services and expeditious delivery of justice. Against this backdrop, we have to make our systems work better, make the institutions respond faster, and the governance patterns altered to become more citizen-centric. We in the Parliament have a onerous responsibility. The mission before all of us now is to clear all the cobwebs and remove hurdles that come in the way of rapid socio-economic transformation of our country. To realize this vaulting aspiration of our people, cutting across the boundaries of caste, creed, region and religion, parliamentarians need to redefine and recalibrate their ways of thinking and acting and have to make a clear break from the past. We have to be more agile, forward-looking and capitalize on our collective wisdom. Niti Aayog and the government have come out with a vision and a set of goals for 2022. Our Parliament over the next few years has a crucial role to play in making of a new India by 2022 in which we all can take pride. As the Vice President of India, the Chairman of this August House and an individual with some years of experience in public life, I fervently appeal to all parliamentarians to make an inspiring fresh start beginning with this session. It should be our collective duty to strive for better and effective performance. Rajyasabha, being the House of Elders, has an added responsibility for a deliberative body, and the people expect from us a mature outlook, dispassionate and sensitive contemplation and meaningful deliberation on issues of public importance. We have to live up to their expectations and be role models for other legislatures. The quality of our discourse and the way we conduct ourselves, we define our contribution in public life. I want every issue to be discussed and debated with utmost passion and sincerest conviction in this August House. I would certainly welcome such enlightened debate because this will undoubtedly enhance the stature of this House. Let us make our Parliament an institution that synergizes our individual, intellectual, political thoughts and actions for the betterment of the lives of the people and for transforming our country to be among the best in the world. It's an opportune time for us to reform the functioning of our Parliament so that we can collectively transform the lives of our people. We have reposed immense trust in each one of us. Please think of every Indian before you debate or disrupt. Think of the India you wish to create. We are all fortunate to have an opportunity to shape our country's destiny, an opportunity that comes rarely to only a select few. We must use it wisely. The present dysfunctional, disruptive environment must change. We must use the time available for Parliament debates most productively. Intact, we may acquire more time given over a widening range of public issues emerging every day. However, foremost task is to use the existing time. In fact, I am for extension of the number of the sittings of the Parliament. But the question is, if I have to take up the matter with the government, we must utilize the time that is made available in a more constructive manner. I have been getting deeply disturbed by the recent happenings in the House. At times, I don't even get sleep also. I'm sorry, I'm really disturbed. That's why I thought with whom else I can share this. As the Chairman of the House and also as the second constitutional authority, I thought I should share my views and my concern before the House. That's why I have made this observation. I get a feeling that many people are getting equally disturbed and disillusioned with the way the House is functioning. The trust and confidence of the people of our institution is getting eroded. This downslide should end. We cannot allow any further weakening of our democratic structures. Together, we must restore the stature and dignity of the House and set an example to other legislative bodies in the country. I urge upon all parties to reflect the current decline and stem the rot as soon as possible. Let us show the change is possible, and I am sure it is possible that we all can really come together to happen. I fervently hope that the issues I have raised and concerns I have voiced will receive utmost consideration. Honorable members, a committee has been set up to look into the rules and also to come out with suggestions for improvement. Those committee has given the report, and report has been sent to the leaders, and we will shortly get an opportunity through General Purpose Committee and also Rules Committee to discuss those rules. I would request upon all the members to seriously ponder over on these issues and see to it that the House functions smoothly, effectively and meaningfully, and everybody, big or small parties, sitting here or there or in front of me or in the back benches, they also get a reasonable opportunity. That is my appeal to all the members of the House. Jai Hind.